Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Something Saturday where we talk about something we didn't get a chance to talk about the rest of the week. And it happens that today I came across the first look at Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. And there have been some changes to the character in this movie, probably for the better. And we're going to break it down. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we got our first look at the new Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey sequel, and I do have to say, I am a little bit more impressed with the look of Winnie the Pooh in this one. It seems as though they have gone away from that cheap latex mask we talked about before, and they have actually gone to something that looks a little bit more menacing, at least from these first look pictures. And what makes this really cool is that in addition to this, it seems as though with their higher budget, we are in for more kills, which does equal more gore. And Winnie the Pooh isn't the only one that got a makeover. Oh, no. A new actor is playing Christopher Robin. And not only that, but it looks as though Piglet survived the events of the last movie. Piglet survived the injuries he sustained. However, he does seem to have a little bit of scarring on his face now, which tells you that it is a direct sequel to the movie and they're not going to ignore it or remake it. Which is also something that's good because a lot of times if a movie is given a bigger budget, we immediately do get this notion that they're going to remake or revamp what we've seen before. And this doesn't seem to be the case here. We're not getting a reboot or a requel or anything like that with this movie. It is indeed a direct sequel, and the repercussions of the original movie still hold true. Piglet is injured, and Winnie the Pooh, those events happened from the first movie as well. Why is this movie able to come out right now, you might be asking? And that is because this is not an American movie. This is a movie that's being filmed in the UK, and they don't have a writer's strike or actor strike going on right now. So, of course, they aren't held accountable to that. In addition to that, a lot of independent movies are able to keep filming, and this is an independent movie at the end of the day. So they are able to keep filming, and they will be out on time, which is good because our release date for this movie is relatively soon. So, the release date for this movie is 2024, but that's not really all that far away, and they are filming it now. So they can go into the reshoots and everything else that they have to do and get this movie out probably relatively early in 2024. Now, an actor named Scott Chambers is the new Christopher Robin. And here's what we know about him. It looks like he has 29 credits to his name and 4 upcoming credits. Now, the 29 credits to his name, I can't say I've heard of any of these movies. They're sort of more indie movies or low-budget movies, a few shorts here and there. So he is still going to be a relatively unknown actor playing Christopher Robin. And even if you go into his upcoming list, the 4 movies that he has are not really big, huge movies. So that's also not something that tells us that he's going to be one of these actors that gets paid necessarily higher than the previous actor they had. I think it might just be with budgetary constraints, or maybe the other actor was busy. I don't know, but Christopher Robin also wasn't in it for a very long time last time, and it looks like he probably has a bigger part this time, so that could indeed have something to do with it as well. Now, in addition to Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, we are getting another character in this movie. And that character is the owl. And the owl character looks really menacing. I'm not even going to lie. The owl character looks terrifying. But then going off what they did in the previous movie, it looks a lot better in terms of what I expect they would have given us if they had introduced the character in the previous movie. So with the higher budget, it is a scarier makeup that we're getting for all of these characters. So it doesn't shock me a whole lot that the owl looks absolutely menacing. Now, in addition, we see this footage of a character walking through this area and all around is fire. And this, to me, looks like it's Winnie the Pooh. And there's either two scenarios here. Either this is the end of the movie and he's won, in which case he's walking away from all the dead bodies and it's probably the last scene we get, unless there's an end credit scene. Or he has lost. And this is him trying to walk away from this situation, away from all the murders. And he's probably being pursued by the heroes at this point who wish to end him once and for all. Now, the movie looks higher budget and it seems like it's going to be better. The first movie is sort of a mess, but it's one of those movies that if you kind of take yourself out of the whole thing of it being low budget, if you can get past the rubber latex masks that they wear in the first movie, you would probably enjoy it. It's a very strange movie, and you can tell it's definitely not made in America just by the way that they present some things. I mean, there is a certain sort of vibe to it being made in the UK or made overseas versus what you see in an American film. And with this being sort of a low budget film, knowing that they have got this bigger budget now, I think it's going to be really fun to see what they do here. While I think it's going to be fun to see what they do here, I also know that if this movie does get another sequel, and it looks like this movie made enough last time that they might be trying to make a franchise out of it, there are plenty of other characters we could get from the Winnie the Pooh universe. That would be actually pretty cool if they introduce us to a new one every single time. I could see that working to their advantage. It would give viewers something to look forward to each time. We know that the characters are all starting to go into public domain, so it will be really interesting to see if they utilize the characters as they come into public domain. And that could lead to a whole bunch of scenarios. Maybe Winnie the Pooh doesn't even stay where he is, although I think Winnie the Pooh's destination and his location should always be in or around 100 Acre Woods. I just feel like that is where he belongs. And as long as they maintain that, showing us a new character every time might actually be fun. As always, we want to know what you guys think, so leave us a comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Then hit that like button as hard as you can. It's free. It helps the channel. We appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers. And you don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.